not to Africa, not to Asia, not to Europe, not to Australia, not to America. The whole world today, we get one thing where we all dey cry about, the coronavirus. Everybody picking self, they make fun or preoccupied with coronavirus. We dey pray say this virus ya how e come na so e go disappear na we radar. The one that we don't fall victim to am, the one that we get infected with am, we dey pray let God give them well body. We waiting at the front line, nurses, them, doctors, them, other healthcare professionals, we dey pray for let them all get protection. Because this not a thing where we dey laugh about. This is very serious. Today I dey back na so with Miss Bintu Bangura, we na nurse na King's College. Instead don't continue for make we talk about this coronavirus because in the general side of nursing, me in a mental health for about 15 years. I don't be a mental health nurse in the UK, trained. I did now one trust I work for, CNWL. And what we do now so now for just raise awareness and talk to people and say the coronavirus is real. We don't hear loads of stories, some not true. Social media don't make it's scary. People then they put up all kind of stories. Some they not true, some they not so true. But as I can always say, we there for raise awareness. Tell people that waiting for do and waiting not for do, but we not to doctors them. So I can let people that know that they say we just they talk about this disease like how they talk about any other disease. Raise awareness about make sure say the people then be reassured, say help is out there. And for this very coronavirus, if you follow the instructions where the government say, where the WHO say, which is the World Health Organization or and other health charities, I think say we go pass them. Because that's the way they last forever, past God in power. So I go work for me, Miss Bintu himself, say hello to viewers them and introduce himself.
Hello, good evening, viewers them of VOS. Thank you for joining with this evening. So as soon as see the topic today, we dey talk about mental health with this COVID. So this evening, an opportunity for us to be able to reflect on mental health with this COVID, with this pandemic, na the world where they go through. So as the time go on, we will go into detail about how we were able to manage with mental well-being during this period.
Thank you very much. I want to now when they watch, we get direct link to Freetown. Wanna share the video, wanna share the VOS page, let the people that way they salon let themselves watch. Because with the conflicting messages, with the say we don't get case na salon, with the say case not the salon. That's no more. All man they talking young. Wanna know the impact of social media as well. Good thing there about social media, bad thing there about social media. So today, like what I say, we can talk about the impact of COVID-19 on we mental health. Where we are nurses that we dey take care of people them. We're not gonna say we dey take care of person in physical health because we're not physical health nurses. Or we dey take care of people that mental health because we're not mental health nurses. Now, a holistic care we dey take about people. That holistic care meaning you dey take care of the person in mental health and you dey take care of the physical health all together. Because they say no health, no day without mental health. If you get all your well body, you not get problem with your kidneys, you not get problem with your heart, you not get problem with your liver, you not get problem with your skin, you not get problem with any parts of your body. But if you get mental illness, then you not get well body. Even the WHO in definition of health, he say not to say where they say you get health, you not get no affliction or you not get anything where they ambog you. Health, then are different categories. If you're not socially well, you're able to do stuff for yourself, you're not mentally well. If you just physically well, then you still not well. So well body, not to say where you not get this or you not get that. If for B, you socially well, you mentally well, and you physically well. So today we will talk about the impact of COVID-19 on we mental health. Even with people that will not get mental illness, they say nothing not do them. They not get depression, they suffer from anxiety, they not get schizophrenia, they not get bipolar, they not get any mental health issue. But this COVID-19 don't make them people that they don't get anxiety, don't depress. Some they even suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. That people that we don't go through like war, people that like SALONE, people that we go through that war, people that we don't go through the flood, people that we don't go through the Ebola, the after effects of that and the post-traumatic where trauma don't pass. Una we see that stress day. Now then call post-traumatic stress disorder. So this COVID, it don't make even the one that we not get no mental health problem, don't get anxiety, that they're anxious. You they go to bed, they sleep, lots of things that happen to you. So today we talk about how we go able for manage this. WHO say boku strategies and the way we go get for me this COVID so not get impact on we mental health. One for me we not they dwell too much on the social media. If you open your TV 6 o'clock morning, the same thing where you tell you about the whole world, how many people don't get infected, almost people that don't be diagnosed, almost people that don't pass away on this from this COVID. Now nobody you dey hear. So even if you not get mental illness, you just listen to this negative news, it gets impact on you. Some man they get anxious, some man go depressed, some man they afraid, we they even get phobia, we they get paranoid. Paranoid where somebody cough near you, no more you run because you feel say it get them. So all them things so now we they talk about today. This epidemic, it don't cause increased stress, it don't cause anxiety, particularly inside people that will get existing mental health problems. The campaigners, they don't talk about them, mental health charities don't talk about, even the nurses, them doctors, they all don't talk and say this COVID, not to just people that will get mental illness, even you were saying it don't get an impact on you. The reaction to this crisis is so overwhelming. Everybody gets fearness in and out, is fearful, people that sad, people that vex, people that helpless. So some people that even get difficulty for sleep, they're not they concentrate, they not want mix with other people they like they not get. Even for travel and public transport, so don't all side on lockdown, the public transport and they run on limited time now, Sunday service. Some people that not they even go na public areas now. And now the government don't really pass law say no public gathering, say 5 or more people together. All this don't make some people that don't develop phobia for even go out. Now say people that we get one condition where they call obsessive disorder, where they just obsessive compulsive disorder. Then are people that way they wash their hand because they feel say every side where they go jams they. If they touch that the more then they go wash their hand. If they touch this table, then they go wash their hand. Now them don't reach where they say wash your hand. Everything you touch, you forgo wash your hand. Then your phobia don't be more and more and more serious. Imagine somebody nothing not be happy just a washing hand. Now them don't reach where something don't happen way for washing hand. What see they do? They pass mark. So this thing here, it don't cause anxiety. People that will get anxiety don't increase, you will not get anxiety, you don't get them. So now the way this thing they tell on with mental health. So the WHO say find something where you they do we go pull your attention small pan this. It difficult for do, it really difficult for do because every news item, WhatsApp messages they fly all over. All waiting and they talk about now COVID. And then now they tell we say now so people don't recover. We don't get 500 cases, 400 don't recover. All way through the year now how many people don't pass away? Almost people there don't get the sick. We know they tell we any positive things say now this don't happen, now this don't happen. And we know say survivor cases then they're not also been to.
Yes.
Where you send small lights for this for we do yeah.
Okay. Well, COVID-19. Just to touch on a little bit on COVID-19. COVID-19 are the short form for the coronavirus. The 19 are the year where this COVID start when at 2019. I made them call am COVID-19. I know say some people and they wonder why they call am COVID-19. COVID-19 are the time where it start now China. We all know. So China now the most hit country. Then after that, I think Italy follow. So we all know, not to say they can eradicate again about the coronavirus. Is out there. There is so much information. So at this time, it's okay for let you be fearful. It's okay. It's easy for let we go into depression. It's easy for let we get anxiety. It's easy let we go into panic disorders. So the word maker they say so. This thing we all depend on. We are all in it together. So now we get for fight this as a nation, and this time now opportunity for bring families together, bring communities then together, for work together and find a better way how we're able to help each other and keep each other safe and protect the most vulnerable people then. As we all know, coronavirus, your survival rate depend on 3 things. The first one now you age. The second one now you underlying mental health. If you get any underlying physical health, that may the impact on your survival rate. And also the care where you they receive when you don't sick, when you don't fall ill. You know, your survival rate depend on the care where they receive. So we survival rate based on these 3 things. And coronavirus, the chance of survival is about 80%. I can go into detail because most of the cases they will find they are mild to moderate. When you get severe, now that 10 day you they see people them go into ITU, intensive care, where they're not able to make them because of one their age, the underlying condition there where they get and the care where they receive, they make them not able to survive this thing. But you know, this thing don't come so much that there's so much fear with this condition, this disease, where don't come. Not a terminal disease, this so because when it come, it hit you quick, you don't carry go. So waiting, we all know waiting they cause this coronavirus. It transfer through mouth and your nose. And when this virus come now your throat, it can to the host now your throat. When it come, it sit down there, then this host, it go infect, it burst, it infects now your lungs, it go infect other cells than now your lungs. So when it don't infect other cells than now your lungs, now they make this virus they kill. So when it don't go now your lungs, it make because the lungs now they help we follow with the carry oxygen at the bloodstream for let the organs then at the body go function very well, like we heart, we kidney, we other parts in the body. So when this virus don't come sit down at your lungs now, it don't inflame, it don't cause pneumonia, it don't cause swelling at your lungs, it don't cause swelling at your respiratory tract. It make the oxygen not the flow, air for flow. So now because of that, so because the oxygen not they go to the right place, now make it end up for become, now make them say this sick way don't catch you, don't want that you not able to breathe. The signs they're all there, the other signs and symptoms, them, but the one when are the danger one, where you don't reach now, so you're not able for breathe. Now make them they carry go to intensive care units because now there they will able care for you, where they will support your respiratory system for breathe. So now the reason now they make this coronavirus they kill. But as I say, it's easy for let we get this fearness. The panic, for example, let's say this shopping, you don't use for going to the supermarket. You know what's all thing day. Now, because of this chaos, everybody they afraid, everybody they stock up, everybody they panic buy, everybody they go. So when you go now the shelf, you say you blunt buy, you say blunt pick you bread, where you go and meet the shelf door empty. Your favorite thing that supermarket. Sometimes you get your favorite ice cream where you like. Where you go because people that will like food. If dem go na the supermarket so dem can get dem food, when dem go dem meet all thing no empty, boy, you must feel panic, you must feel anxious, you must feel anxiety. So if you go you meet 6 day, you no go think about the next one, you go take all thing go, because you go say, ah, tomorrow if I come I no go meet this ice cream here, if I come tomorrow I no go meet this my favorite bread. So this na the thing, and this way, and this panic buy is very contagious, because when you go na supermarket, you see other people and they flock to release them, then they say, ah, if this thing done, wetin me sef go be la buy back. Sometimes you don't need them, you don't need them, you don't need them, but because you don't see, so now make wetin they strongly encourage people them, focus on yourself, focus on yourself. Not worry about the other person, wetin the person they buy. Focus on what you say. Go with a mind. Now the supermarket. Say, okay, I dey go buy sugar, I dey go buy bread. You make your list. But then also get a plan B. This sugar wey I can buy, if I in case I no meet am at the supermarket, I go buy other things. But when you don't focus your mind, say you dey go buy this sugar, yeah, where you go, you no meet the sugar, you begin worry, you begin panic. So these are not just the practical ways them where we anxiety then they kick in. So coronavirus, not to for say we dey try for downplay the coronavirus, but we just want for be realistic to una say there are other condition then. Let's say for example, heart disease. Na the number one killer. Na the number one killer. About 17 million people and they die every day from heart disease. Every year, I'm sorry, every year, 17 million people and they die every day from heart disease, where 1 in 3 they die from heart disease. So the percentage of death with heart disease is nowhere compared to the coronavirus. But because coronavirus, it is a fact, it don't dominate headlines, it don't put so much fear in people them, it don't cripple economy them, it don't do so many things. So because of how, because now we get two people them who say they get news from. The experts them and the one then the scaremonger them where they pass fake information. So now the two people are now and then they cause so much fear per we. So because of that, we are so afraid that this coronavirus, it don't come for can kill we. But if you follow the right instructions, the country where you dey, you respect the country, the laws that wouldn't they put in the country. You try to protect yourself. You protect your family members there. The most vulnerable, I believe, say all of us can make it and we could get through this one. So I left on this for now.
Thank you very much, Bintu. We don't hear about the panic buying, we don't hear about the phobias. But actually, even your physical health, you will not get no sick. Just the news way they hear, you know, you go get even physical symptoms. Like you go begin for get increased heart rate. You know, when you afraid, when you dey in that flight and fear mode, where they keep calling. The afraid they make you go begin hyperventilate, you heart the beat fast, you go get upset stomach, some man go get diarrhea just because of that fear where they don't get. Now maybe the World Health Organization say it don't acknowledge say this crisis they generate stress, and they advise people then for stop for watch and read and listen to news when I just they cause anxiety and distress. If you're able for do that day, you go study your mental health small. We know the coronavirus and impact is stressful, it worrying for so many people. And if you get mental health problem, it just a multiply. It affect you, and it go even make you not able forget any coping strategy will go able for help you. Look for instance now when you go on the bus today, I join bus because me and nurse I get for go work. I then a bus I see this one, he wear mask, disposable gloves what they use. Now he wear nine hand. So in they go and touch all side. If they hold the bus in rail, we're gonna train, he go hold the train. This one glove way well, he go and touch all sides. So he they protect himself, he they touch all side, and he they go and left at all side. So people that way they wear these disposable gloves, this plastic glove, people that way they use them, do ya? You go prefer if you just left your hand so you get your alcohol rub now your hand, or after you get off that bus, you go wash your hand, that you wear disposable gloves, you dey go and touch all side and scatter the virus all side. You wear mask, you dey protect yourself. And wetin the authorities dem dey say, you no dey just think about yourself. Think about the next person. How many dey say una no come together? Because if you get am, you no come close to person, the person no go get am. So now this na the problem wey dey happen right now. You get for protect yourself, and how you dey protect other people dem. Na the other key issue. That make you see government don say dem boku boku gathering where people dem dey go marry, dem don stop. I think the only thing wey dem dey allow now na burying. That dey sef na immediate family sometimes una tea una go bury una person, because dem no know when this thing also go come to a close, wey dem go say keep you dey body till that 10 day. So wetin dem dey try for do for just make dem make sure say people dem no gather. Today I comot waka pass na Oxford Street, one of the busiest streets or areas na London. The shop dem all lock. The only shop wey I see open na that side dey, na Westminster station, then Tesco. No shop not open the whole of Oxford Street, from Mabula to Oxford Street station, Oxford Circle station. No shop not open. So you know how that they fearful. If it's somebody we don't use for going to that area, and then if you go there, you go get afraid they pan and say, wetin dey go on? Until you see, you go believe. Say this kind of thing don't happen. And if people that adhere to other instructions, so where the government don't give, Papa Johnson don't go, he don't talk, the health minister don't talk, other healthcare practitioners don't talk. We don't watch video where the people them from Ireland don't say, keep safe, stay home. If we all adhere to that, they will be able to combat this thing and not go more away. And then the UN agency back, the stress of this hand washing. Before this corona, what I can come on, I can say hand washing very important. The microorganisms, they're all for the flu, then virus here always can we hand. Now they with the work. If we now look on the screen, we now go see the latest figures, the countries them, China, Italy, USA, Spain, Germany, Iran, France, Switzerland, South Korea, and the UK where we dey. UK we don't get 8,077 cases. We don't get 422 deaths. The new cases the number we add, then 2 days they are now 1,427. But we know they not tell waiting at the survival rates, so that they don't actually come in where they don't test and see say when I mild flu this was again, not a coronavirus again. We know they get that figure there. So all this time they give we the panic. All this they give people them panic. You just they tell who that they don't get the disease, who that they don't die, but who that they survive. So at least we go hope. We'll be hopeful, say people they die, but some people they still live. So when we just talk about underlying problems, people that we get asthma, because asthma, one me party puts na Facebook use and say let God help them we get asthma. Yeah, because asthma already na some thing where they happen to you bronchi, where you bronchis where they now you breathe inside. Already you get a problem there with breathing. Then if this virus comes to you now double jeopardy down there. So now on that note, we want for left and they welcome the people that we don't join we and watch the video where they tell we a bit about this coronavirus and its impact. Now just a 2 minutes video, but we want for watch that video there. We know say boku news don't pass about corona. Boku COVID-19 get lots of stories. But now we hear you with people themselves when are professionals or people that when are sufferers or survivors waiting then say. Now we listen to this 2 minute video. Thank you.
Andre Petrolo is self-isolating with his wife. He's had a fever and a cough for a week. These are challenging times for us all, but for Andre more than most.
Okay.
He's been struggling with anxiety and depression for 16 years.
It's just brought everything quite here, like to right up in front of my face now. And this last week's been quite up and down. Some days have been better than others. some days have been not so great, and just it's a real struggle just trying to take it a day at a time.
Do you feel that this pandemic has set you back a little bit, that your anxiety is getting worse?
Yeah, it's definitely not as manageable as it was a couple of weeks ago.
The coronavirus outbreak is fertile ground for those with any mental health conditions, the uncertainty and unpredictability of it.
It's new, it's unknown, it's very unfamiliar to us. We haven't been through an experience like this in our lifetime. Fear becomes about the illness itself. And then for another subgroup, of course, there's a huge amount of anxiety about the loss of their job, about, the financial impact and what that will mean for them on a personal level.
Those fears have also triggered an increasing calls to mental health charities. 80% of people ringing this helpline are worried about COVID-19. The founder of SANE believes another crisis is looming.
We're all concentrating on the physical signs of coronavirus, but actually we're facing probably a mental health epidemic. Those that already may be at the edge are going to find it becomes more intolerable.
The NHS's priority in the fight against this virus is its frontline operation. But the invisible enemy that threatens people like Andre cannot be ignored either. Lucy Watson, ITV News.
Okay, so when I don't see this Andre guy for 16 years, it is suffer from anxiety, depression, then now COVID-19 don't come. We don't just make anxiety levels go high. The depression, it go just, go into more depression, especially where they don't say isolate. Normally, we know say that when you're not socially inclusive, they tell on people their mental health. And now this not law. Not to say now you choose, say, I'm not even they gonna do on a phobia I get, or people that want to say phobia, somebody where they afraid for gonna do. It just the inside. It's not to that kind of thing that this person get to in one gonna do. But just because they don't pass the law, then they tell on people their mental health. So when I read that person, they in your trouble, just because he gets that history of mental health for 16 years. Now so this year, so the hamburger. So we will not get mental health safe. Your physical health self they get threatened. The woman don't say, the consultant they don't talk say, when this thing go down, lots of people that go down develop mental health problems. Because the anxiety levels until you're not able for cope, it go down come permanent to you. People that go get depressed. So not even yet, but people that way because of this level of anxiety or depression, people that don't begin commit suicide. Because at that kind of thing, yeah, so they aggravate all their mental health issues. Yeah, so for people that were really, really fragile. We're really, really fragile when it comes to mental health. Now this time they happen to them. So these are the problem where we get. Let we not forget the authorities, them, the UN agencies that we say they don't say, we say hand washing very important. And where you they cough, cover your mouth with tissue or in the bend of your elbow. You flex your elbow, you cough inside there, or you cough inside tissue, you sneeze inside tissue, you throw away straight away, not keep them. So if the virus there, the way you don't throw away inside bin, you not get anything for feed on, it go just die. So now this week for tell you today, COVID-19, it tell on people their mental health. You will not get mental health self, it go still tell on you. Then the one that will get existing mental health problem or then get enduring mental health problems, now this get for happen to them. Their anxiety levels go high, their stress level go high. We will not get anything, we go afraid. Because if, let's say you don't lost somebody safe, a family we don't lost somebody to this COVID, just imagine the fear with them people that they live in now. Because then they always remember say, maybe na me next. Because my sister don't die of this COVID, or my brother don't die from this COVID, maybe na me next. So now you they live in fear. Fear of the unknown. What's going to happen to me tomorrow? You don't know. So may we encourage people them. And they see like lots of Sierra Leoneans and don't put groups together when they go around to people them. But in as much that we want for help people them, please not forget yourself. because even when the Ebola come, na SALONE, na people that when na healthcare workers, then drop their guard for me, then just help people that when na their colleagues them. So let we not be overwhelmed with pity and go help people them and left we self vulnerable. Because so tell last year you be well, this year you don't know how you physical health done, so you really need for take precaution. So now, Miss Bintu, we they hear about underlying problems like people that we get like heart condition, people that we get cancer where they go through chemotherapy or other treatment options. How you think say this thing so they unbug them? I think say lots of the people that way they die right now, then they tell you say that the aged, now people that will get underlying medical health problems. So you don't come across anything like that?
Well, for the UK, as where they are, we don't see how we numbers then they go up with the confirmed cases them every day. But then, more not forget say, now this coronavirus, there is a big stigma attached. People are not reporting. So not everybody then they get tested. So they're not they test everybody. If they say anybody will get mild to moderate symptoms, then test them, the number of cases then go don't really go up. So for now the one the way they get symptoms, maybe now then go test, then say, but what about the symptoms then where plenty people then they get na host, then just the day they self-isolate for 7 days or 14 days, then feel better, then come away, they know they test themselves. But they don't get this thing, they don't recover possibly. God make their immune system strong. Who that gonna say them be get them or not? So then people and they're out there, maybe they don't get this coronavirus, they don't recover, maybe their immune system, so they're not able to catch them again. But it would be better for let them people here know say when they test them, they're not immune to this coronavirus, so that they go be extra careful for where them come in contact with anybody with the virus, they're not going to catch them again, but they're going to be careful for let them not transfer them to other vulnerable people them. So recently, about a week ago, the UK government, they're so overwhelmed now with the case system and the capacity, they don't go up to the top where they therefore make a decision now. They therefore come where they don't pull 3 guidelines then we don't focus on the critically ill. So now they therefore know who that really need for go to ITU where the prognosis or the survival rate it go outweigh the benefits. So now, if they take you to ITU, everybody get entitled for go let them care for them. Now, yeah, because you're not free NHS, free healthcare. But then it don't come to a point that where they get for look who that really need for go to ITU. If you go there, if you go able to survive. So if you're not able to survive, then also the prognosis poor. Looking at the mental underlying health condition, looking at in age. They are very difficult decision making the way they get for make. So that's one thing where the government they try and look at for implement. When they don't write guidelines, then there's when a quick guidelines for able for help the healthcare professionals them where they look after them patient for they're able for make a decision where they're not safe. Now young person go na ITU, sometimes the chances of survival is high, then we're able for care for them. Then also they look at the cancer patients them and see those care what then we're able for give them, and also the kidney patients then where of course most of the patients where they get coronavirus where they go sick, where they go intensive care or na hospital. Then can develop acute kidney injury, where then go need dialysis, where then go need support. So these are some of the things that the government they look at. And like when they talk about fear, there are different ways people and they respond to fear. The first one now where people are so fearful that when they tell them for do something for say coronavirus day now, wash your hand. cover im mouth wey dey cough, not shake hand, keep a distance. Some people dem religiously dem dey follow that order dey because fear attached to am, for let dem not catch this thing. Then dem get the other people dem wey this corona wey dem dey hear, this COVID-19 wey dem dey hear, dem don so afraid that even somebody wey dey na the host, dem no go wan shake im hand. Dem no go wan get, even when dem no know say somebody get, dem no go wan go near that person. Or even because outside this corona comot na China, some go even say no dey ever go na China again because of the afraid. You know, even corona calm e done because of they don't get this fearness. Now that way they then go able to respond to fear. Then they get some other people them where they not go do anything. They will just let nature taking cause. Maybe then get faith. But then at their own way, that one they for deal with. So we get now make it very difficult for manage the population right now because you get the one they will care, you get the I don't care them, you get the this. So now make it very difficult, not to everybody, but now to reinforcing the information, re-educating the people them for let we get this message across. So now that way there we go able for do for enlightening people them when they take this thing seriously. Yes, coronavirus, like I mentioned, is not compared to cardiac heart failure and heart disease because it's about 46,000 people them. They die every day to heart disease. 46,000 people them. And we get a world population of 7.8 billion. Now the world, 7.8 billion population. And we they get heart failure, heart disease where people and they die more than any other condition, not even to coronavirus, but because of the fear what they don't put in people them, they make this thing don't go out of proportion because now in the news, you wake now morning now in the day, you wake in the afternoon now in the day, you get there with social media, any side you turn, so much information overload where they make people and they panic. So waiting would they encourage you people them, check on your family members them, make sure say they're okay, talk to them, encourage them for let them know they instill fear on people them because we will say we get we loved ones them for keep them safe, for let them know we self they put fear into them because of the information that will they send to them. You don't know the silent battle where that person they feel. You don't know the anxiety where that person they go through. You don't know the panic disorder where that person they get. It might be okay on the outside, but it gets your silent battle. So it not go tell you that even if that's a family member, it not go tell you, but let's be aware of with family and loved ones them, the information how they pass on to people them. Because then it creates more anxiety, more fear, more panic. So we just need to be sensitive to that and be aware of the information and what they share.
Thank you very much, Bintu. Let we not forget the hand washing. Where now the best thing where you they do use soap and wash your hand for 20 seconds. And where you they cough in the bends of your elbow and cough or sneeze inside tissue. Avoid close contact with person who get fever or they cough. Seek medical help. If you get fever, you they cough, you get difficulty breathing. And also, all you waka, you get for tell the people the way they treat you, say, now so and so and so place I waka go. So now, so I waka so that they go know say you waka, maybe you take a bus 12 or you take a bus 53. They know say that particular time the people that always be there inside that bus they at risk. And now we glad the way some countries they don't introduce curfew. We now they don't ban public gatherings, restaurant them, all them McDonald's, Nando's, all we place they don't lock. Even the supermarket they now then they open by time. They go open for NHS staff. Then they go open later in the day. All things don't get time now. I say I go Oxford Circus today. It's like a ghost town. All side quiet, they even see person. And then this quarantine, what would they talk about? If you don't contact this sickness or you feel say you don't expose to it, they quarantine you. Or they say you go self-quarantine yourself now us. This quarantine got negative impacts again on people their mental well-being. Because if you look at people psychologically. Where then talk about this quarantine, it's like then they take and say I get bad sick where they no want make I go any side. Then older people them, they said they don't write to 1.5 million people na the UK for let them stay indoors. These are we elderly people the way we know say are the most vulnerable, where we think say then are the people the way they at more risk. We don't say na let them they don't write the letters. When you they get that letter they don't classify you as that kind of person there. So that kind of thing there, it can even get a negative impact on the people them, you know. Oh, now we the right. Why now we the right? Although not for the young good, but they go always say, for can quarantine me. I know they see me loved ones them anymore. I don't lost me freedom. Waiting at me status now. They're uncertain waiting at the status now this disease. The boredom, you want greater na us. It go create so much effect. Even people that go begin contemplate suicide. Well, if I know they see me grand picking, they will be they cancel me every day when they come out school, they go pass to me. Me picking go cancel me. Before that, I not live again, I kill myself. Let this whole thing down. People they will go contemplate that because people that they will really get that kind disturbed, enduring mental illness. The only way out, they don't feel hopeless. They say, me not get no hope again. I get mental illness, I get this underlying problem because most of the mental ill patient and get so much physical health problems. They get diabetes, some get cancer, some get hypertension, some don't get kidney replacement. Imagine if you don't do a kidney transplant, you don't do a lung transplant, or you suffer from cancer, you did undergo treatment for that, and you get mental illness. Maybe even you mental illness now from that physical health problem make you develop this mental illness. Then the doctor say now isolate. Nobody know for cancel you. Where you never go do shopping for you just say open you do small. It's like quarantine, a word where when I say this person they don't quarantine, just a word where it look fearful. So it they put that fear in the people them. When some people then can say, well, if they don't quarantine me now, I not get family, everybody they out there is well, me na me sick. What's it? Let me just end it all and let everybody have their peace. All damn day, nothing where they tell on people them mental health. So we get to be very careful where we they talk to people them, you know, let we talk to people that let we give them hope, because if somebody feel hopeless, all you want for ending life. So whatever we they do, let we make people that know say all is not lost. Although the sick don't come, it don't impact the whole world, but still there is people, there is surviving rate, there are people the way they survive on all this. On that note, I want to see if we don't get callers them or we get people that we don't join we for let we just welcome with viewers and welcome with viewers. Yeah, Jack Sugasama say that's true. Yeah, it's true, my sister. The fear of the unknown. COVID is the name of the disease and corona is the virus that causes the disease. Thank you very much, Fatma Taba. COVID-19 is the disease and then the corona is the virus. Okay. The fear is there. The fear is there is no cure. We know causes of heart disease and most of them can be controlled, but not with corona. We still don't know. Yeah. So now this way they say, because then people that need their immune system low, then there are other problems. My bias about your show is you are more focused on healthcare abroad. I thought this show is Sierra Leone focused. You said very little about dealing with COVID in Sierra Leone. Okay, we are coming to that, Fatmata. Wait till we they try for do even here so now the UK we get lots of Sierra Leoneans them. We get we aged mama and Ayaso where someday they're not even know what thing they go on. Let us say we elderly people that way they are so na UK. Then they go so then GP, then get hypertension, they get diabetes, then go pack boku leaflets give them. When you see them kind of sweet and then just they left her. So then self what would they do so good for them, you know, but we tell you thank you. We don't say that for SALONE would they do this, but we just don't do like 45 minutes of the show. You know, so we can always mention what we they do na salon. Good evening, Roland Bangura, how are you? So Fatmata, now that you mention, say we know the mention Sierra Leone, we dey always talk say this program what they do now for salon, and I make na yourself with the talker. If I tell you, we get so many viewers where they view from Sierra Leone, then you go to the Facebook page, they make comments, then gladly for the information what they give them. Waiting do not want for just start the show and begin talk about salon. Now because even at the UK or America, all over the world, we get Sierra Leoneans in there where they self need this information because always see then they get now the negatives. Right now, we don't know say like why I start the show if you been watch from the beginning. I talk say we get conflicting messages even from salon. They go tell we say we get case, they go tell we say we not get case. Yesterday whole day they say we don't get 2 case. There were lots of social media say somebody they Bailey Street or so. Then people that they come out Guinea they come. But when we ask, they say not so that. How can Sierra Leoneans deal with the real situation of the virus? Poor and non-existent healthcare, one with no ventilators, no pulmonologist, no light to save food when quarantined, people living on daily basis. What advice or suggestions can you give the country and its people? Okay, Famata, thank you very much for your question. What I will say to you is, even before the coronavirus come or the COVID disease come, we dey always talk to people in a salon. This show ya we dey always educate them say hand washing very very important. If you be done they watch me previous show them, I can always point out where people them because they not get this to run in tap water where we get now. I don't mention this so many times that people them they go even use the toilet. You go see man in the corner, they ease themselves, they zip them button, then go straight and go eat, they not they wash them. So even before this virus come, where I can talk, I can always talk say hand washing very very important, especially when we talk about infectious diseases. So we don't talk that. So now what you talk so we not get people, not so everybody gets electricity in our salon for making store food like where we get now. And we not get a structured national health service in our salon. Even the people that we can afford for go private, they're not plenty. So what we the advice with people that now that we don't know say the disease day, Guinea don't get a case. They say Liberia self get a case, but we not know yet for certain because we not get any President Bio don't do a press conference or there's a video where they don't send to me, but I'll be ready for this show. I'm not able for watch it, but if I watch them, I will make a comment on that. But what do they try for say? Let the people that learn from what you they don't say now, yeah. That social gathering, because today if I talk to somebody where they sell a routine, he said they don't talk, say they forget a lockdown because they get people them from abroad where they work they all over the world, Caucasians, South Africans, then they work in a Sierra Leone mining company. They say they get for do a lockdown for just themselves for avoid the spread of this disease. But having said this, we know with people in our salon how we tranga, yes. Something will happen past in we before we go give respect to authority. People in our salon now they listen. Imagine where the Ebola crisis come. People then they say na lie, na then just want take with blood, they want do this, they want do that, they don't agree for do until the thing really hits before people then begin for take precaution. And that same day it all works. But the same way how they advise people then I also. This COVID-19 a day where as you correct we now the coronavirus now they cause this. We they pray for let people then practice good hand hygiene. Let the one that we know say them get with old people there, let them keep them indoors. Schools themselves don't lock na salon. Sporting way before happen, the pikin they don't buy all the sporting things them. They don't sorry, they don't stop down there. They don't stop all schools and for me they not do any gathering like sports the way they go do na stadium. They don't stop down there. So what you make it always say and what are they say again, like when you ask. Sierra Leone we not get a structured health service like where we get na UK. Sierra Leone and UK is like where you come here go next door. Everything where they happen now, then they self on point past some of we now. They know everything where they happen. Let people then educate themselves. We were then at the diaspora where we get families in a salon. Let people then call them people then and talk to them, say this disease is rare, this virus is rare. Let people then say the same precaution where would they don't advise we for taking a UK. And I know say the health ministry with whatever the president don't talk today, now the same thing in the lay emphasis on hand washing, social isolation, no gathering, and let people then just practice them basic hand hygiene. If they do that, then it go better for we all. If you see somebody there in an area where una no say sick, una report, let them go to hospital. But like Kwaki always say, people that sometimes they experience at hospitals, they make way sick happen, they know they go. Then the negative things about our social media. When you go hospital, then they choke you. They say a couple of days back, like 2 days ago, somebody just grab say the healthcare professionals that they don't pay them for go inject people there with the virus. Big problem. People that begin run, you na nurse, you they vulnerable where you then a health center, then they go say, oh now then send for can't do this so we. So all these negative news where they pass around Sierra Leone, now they make things and they happen. People that know they put lay hands on them properly until it don't worse. So as you ask Fatmata, the same advice way we they give we citizens then I also we dey advise say any diaspora wey get family in a salon where I think say everybody gets, let them just call with people them and tell them how we worry about the Nayana, so they say worry about we na salon because they know say we intertwined. Now we na the lifeline and then na we lifeline because we there we get with families then they. But if anybody can able for educate, now we the diaspora and for educate. Everybody knows say we healthcare system na salon not they on point like yeah where we get the National Health Service. So now for just let we people then obey the instructions. If they say no public gathering, let them not do them. If they say practice good hand hygiene, let them do them. If somebody knows say he get cough, he don't lost his smell, he not the taste, he get diarrhea, he get breathlessness, let he stay home. I think at that number we do the same thing because even this country they not say go take this medicine, go do this, go do this. They say hand hygiene and self-isolate and not go to public gathering. I think and the same advice we they give with people in our salon. So I don't know if we get any more comments from where we address. I hope say I answer you a bit. Like I say, we not so doctors, we just try for raise awareness. And I think say when you don't bring them forward, we not before done this show, we not mention Sierra Leone because we worry about with people then they and we they lots of things that we don't say people that they will don't get infected, we they again say nobody now they will get infected. There's a big map of Africa going around. We don't look all sides. Sierra Leone no day, Mali no day. The other countries they always get 1, 1, 2, 2. They're all in that list. But again, as they say, not to everything where you see on social media, you they believe. But from this evening, Seth, we don't really say no new case no day salon yet. You see, Liberia get 3. So salon we not see anything yet about salon. So we they still continue for talk to with people that for practice hand hygiene and isolate and follow the instructions where the people that go give. Let them not say, oh now they sabi, I they go fend me yes, I they go fend me chop, I they go fend this. If you do that and they it hold you, then you not get anybody for blame. So now for just follow instructions, now that they will tell with people there. Fatmata, I hope say that and they answer your question. Please may I get feedback if what I talk makes sense to you, if you answer your question, yeah? Fatmata, but thank you very much. So I don't know, Miss Bintu said we'll left for add a little bit or wait till we don't talk about the situation and how we for advice with people in a salon. Thank you.
Okay, I can add to what you don't say, Salome. The reason why make we they mention them first wall there, the other party and the wall now for just highlight and try for see the measures them where the part of the world here don't take towards this COVID-19. For example, like where it start now, China, then other countries then see the measures then where them put in place and learn from the mistakes where they do, then self-copy, try for make and so now make who they try for bring reference to other countries them, and so that because right now them part here of the world they don't lose control of this COVID-19. So they're not then at that containment phase again, then they're at the delay phase. So now make then they do all this restriction for lockdown certain places there, for put people them in isolation, may they not come out, just for delay the spread. They not say it's there na the community, it there outside, but all of them measure what they put in place now for just for delay the spread of disease, the spread of this virus. So with SALONE, it not reach dates. As far as I'm aware, it not reach SALONE yet. So right now, SALONE waiting and they do now that containment stage now they so they're not there at the delay phase yet. So they're not reach now that delay phase, then they're not that containment phase. So now just reinforcing and I'm glad where the steps where the government don't take for close them borders. So that is a very, very good way for stop anything, because you never know who that go through them border, then they will go that thing there. And that, as you say, with healthcare system, it's not one of the best, it's not the one of the strongest. Now we West African countries them, we are struggling, we not get enough skilled workers them, where they get all the expertise them. If the patients then become critically unwell, for example, like I see an article and they talk about ventilators, we don't have enough of them, and if we get them, how many nurses are trained in critical care management? And also with the dialysis, as we speak, we don't get any functional dialysis system in the country. So it will be very difficult if this thing can they, how we go able to manage them. So right now, I believe with SALONE people them, that then listen to Papa government, the instruction when they give them, and not say we don't inflict so much fear. The news when they watch, the way they call and talk about how they exaggerate this problem now, would they create so much fear, we then say don't let panic buying.
Not much found for SALONE.
You see, so there is no reported case for SALONE as we speak, and then self don't become they're afraid now. Business them now. So like SALONE now, I think say now that exploitation phase. Then they so now where businesses then don't begin increase them prices them. Then they go people them. I see some video then there's a way I see already SALONE people that don't begin wear face masks and gloves they pass now treat. Where the sick not even reach there yet. So you see, so I think with people we need for educate them more, we need for give them insights, we need for educate them, give them enough information, education about this thing, for let them maybe the government go able to do that education program in different languages so people can go understand waiting at this thing, the impact if it can they, how people can get for manage, and the government self they do your own side in terms of for sensitize people in the country, make advertisements and all that thing, and I feel said that they will help we country so much in this pandemic where they go right now.
Thank you very much, Bintu. Thank you. So now that's we they talk today. Now how this coronavirus, the COVID-19, how it impacts on people their mental health. Already people that will get mental health, get anxiety, then get phobias, then get other mental health disorders. And when this don't happen now because of the quarantine, the isolation, the loneliness, the anxiety levels they increase, the depression they increase. So we they try for talk, and with people that are SALONE, we know say SALONE self we get lots of mental health patients them. God thank you, we get the hospital now, we're not a teaching hospital where then they in admission. So we get loads of people that we get mental health problems and we themselves na home then they not they mix with other people. Then some people they not they agree for even admit say and get family members where they inside and also we get this kind of thing, yeah. But a situation where very scary, a very scary people then they afraid. So waiting with the advice of people then a salon now for me them practice their good hand washing and follow instructions where the government or the Ministry of Health go put in place, because already we know say it's very difficult for even the countries that we develop. See how it don't go out of hands. I not go say now na salon. So we want let with people that learn, let them learn from the Ebola where instead have been just similar thing, hand washing and just avoiding public gatherings, parties, pool na do, them married, boku people na begging. If we practice that, then now we did not reach salon yet. I think say it go better for we all. I want for make we listen to one of we sponsors them videos now, and then we go come back and talk about the impact of COVID-19 on we mental health. Thank you.
Cotton Tree Pharmacy is your new trusted provider of pharmacy services in Sierra Leone. You can count on Cotton Tree Pharmacy for genuine quality brand name and generic medicines. Guaranteed refills for prescriptions issued by doctors in Sierra Leone or abroad. Door-to-door medication delivery service in Freetown and beyond. Free health education. Have you heard about our Diaspora Medicine Connect? With Cotton Tree Pharmacy's Diaspora Medicine Connect, anyone can pay for your prescription online. Bring your prescription to 17 Pademba Road. Collect an invoice. Send your invoice to your sponsor in the diaspora. Your sponsor pays for your prescription online. We deliver your medication to you. For quality prescription and medications, visit Cotton Tree Pharmacy at 17 Pademba Road in Freetown. Have questions? Call our pharmacist on WhatsApp at 030-611-664 or visit our website at www.cottontreemedicalgroup.com. Come to Cotton Tree Pharmacy. We are ready to fill your next prescription.
Why do a website when you can create an app for your business for free? Yes, with TAV App Maker, you can make an app as easy as pie. It only takes a few minutes. Simply choose a design template you like, add the features you want, and once you are happy with the results, publish it to Google Play and Apple Store, so your clients can download your app. Go to TAVAppmaker.com and create your free app today.
Una thank you. We they welcome the one that we did. Una send una comments them na something where we able for answer. We go answer. Una self we get contributions for make, especially for Mama Salone. If we left anything out, do ya? Una tell we una self can be part of this. For me, una self raise awareness of anything where we do, because we're not perfect. We're not nurses there. We're not a diagnose. We just try for raise awareness of anything else. So people then go here. Now me could talk on a Creole, and people then they all over the world when as Sierra Leoneans where they listen. We know say coronavirus don't come, the COVID-19 don't come, it ambush people that they get panic attacks, people then don't do all kind of things for let them keep still, but because of the news where they fly, negativity of the whole thing, they make people then they just, they just fray, their mental health, they deteriorate, it make you worry excessively, for no reason. Because at the same thing over and over, they just hear it over and over. But now, that will not make the anxiety give we more problem that we not able for handle. Now, they don't ask people to follow them, they're not their host. Come out no more where you get very important thing for go do. Maybe they go buy medicine, or they go buy essential goods like food, maybe fresh milk or fresh bread. If not anything that they do, even some country then they know where they come out, then they ask you where side they go. If you not give good reason, you they go back. So we hope say with people that are salon not go reach that point. Say if they begin practice now, waiting at the good thing, the gatherings and the left, then practice good hand hygiene. I think say they're able for combat this thing. And now, like what you say, we government don't say, good evening, Nene, how are you? Now we government don't say it don't close all in boundaries them so that people don't know go come. But salon get boundaries they will not even get a certain a footpath no more. Come on, Liberia, go inside salon a footpath no more. Some man they farm na salon na inside Liberia then they sleep. Some man they farm na Liberia na inside salon and they sleep where you look na then Kaila area all. They not get that kind like a defined boundary, you know. Where you go say they come from Guinea, you go meet Pamalab, you know, or then Cambia area. But now, yeah, even with Sierra Leone people the way they are, we the nurses them, we elderly people the way they are, we get beaucoup with salon big mommy them in the 70s, 80s where they are. Where we don't say let them people here keep na their host there now. How you think say them people here they pass their time? Because always here they read the school picking there na exercise. The granny there they say exercise. The young people there they say exercise. Waiting you think say na the other thing the way we for talk about or when people there for bear in mind. Any other thing they really when people there for do it they not go get this kind of boredom. Because imagine, God forbid, if this thing go on like for 3 months, how we go get for day? You dey imagine that?
Yes, like the old phrase where they can always say loneliness kills. Loneliness kills. We don't hear this word plenty times. So now we are faced into this situation whereby we get for duam. You know, it's they don't force on upon we. When now something we get for live now in normal way of life this now. So for many people, it will be very difficult for them for let them cope with these new changes. So we therefore try for change with mindsets, try for change with behaviors. Them for able for adjust to this new way of life. So try for make yourself resourceful. Try for keep yourself busy. I know the time. They now you earn plenty for some people them where they don't identify say they go there now old shops they don't close this offices they don't close if it's necessary for work now host and not go past the key workers them. We went at the frontline staff them we are overwhelmed equally as the non-healthcare professionals them because we life there at risk. We face this thing every day. We not got enough thing them for go round because of the cases the way they come in. We they run short of them here, so it's panic every day. Then they give you new updates every day. Now this every day. Now this. Then they give you we safe. We mental health is being compromised. We mental health being compromised. We they at risk. We they afraid say when we go now we job them. In case we go catch this thing also. Will they bring and cancel with family them? So this fear self day with we the healthcare professionals them. So the workplace them, all the institutions, the organizations them don't try for put things in place for the care workers them for give them that psychological support. Where I feel safe, you're not healthcare support, if you're not healthcare professional. Try for make use of them facility here because then they there for use. Go there, try for get information. Try for talk to people them where you express how you feel. That is same for the other people them where not to healthcare workers them where they go through this anxiety, this panic. Try for get that family member where you go they talk to. The one that way gets elderly parents them, una try for keep in touch with them. Una the pikin them, not forget the pikin them, then they look up to we the parents them, where then serve their mental health. It don't compromise because they don't put them at us. Now they know they see them friends them, then they are us. So we get for look after them pikin and they back as well. So there are a lot of things we can do with your time. you know, you go volunteer. There are a lot of vulnerable people there when not get family, when not get any other social support. So make use of the time, even if na a phone call, you know your neighbor, check on them via phone call. You don't need for go sit down with them, but you go there outside, you check and say, "Hi, they do everything okay." So this now some of the things them we need for they do for our neighbors them and we loved ones them, call them, check up on them, and see how they do with SALONE. Law we limit the kind of information where we they tell them for not panic them, because then they in a SALONE, but then they listen to we where they are. It's like anything will tell them that they take.
Yeah.
So if you know they give them the right information, now more problem, more panic they cause for them. So do you allow we know the kind of information what would they give them na SALONE, where you not go panic them, because when one information reach one person, by the time they reach to the 10th person, it don't change it. Now different story, completely different. So Lord, be aware of that, and try for focus on the news. If you get your trusted news channel where they listen to at least once or twice a day, it really advisable. Like keep up to date with the information on this virus. Let you know what's they happen. You know, not say I know one for no. Then they're not going for help you. They're not going for help you. You know what's they happen in other country. They know what's they happen, but not just they too much pan the news. At least once or twice a day enough for update yourself. Lay day on top of waiting, and the healthcare professionals them try and know your local guidelines and your policy, because it's very important. The institution them, the organization, and they try all them best for put information out there for lay you not go put yourself at risk. So make use of the information, and they check you work email all the time for updates, so that lay yourself there, because if anything happen to you, they don't give you all the information where you need. But if you not follow and you put yourself and put others at risk, it now will fine for you. So there I would encourage healthcare professional. It is overwhelming, but spend that moment or two for try update yourself. Go for any training where you know say it go able for carry you through with this pandemic. Go through and make that time. Not say I don't have enough time. So try for make that time there as a healthcare professional, and try for support each other. Because mentally, emotionally, we are all not then at the same level. Some then they panic, try for be a support. Try for be give a listening ear to your colleagues them, and listen to them, try for support them. So there are a lot of things where you go able for do for like go support your colleagues them, you support your neighbor there, support your family and friends them.
Thank you very much, Bintu. Now we believe say every one of we deserve for get equal access to accurate news and calm explanation. And for we people in a SALONE, we need for update them of the thing the way they happen, but we get for tell them in a calm manner. Just like we've been to say, people that don't begin for put prices them up, even the rest price don't go up. So they say they go begin do this panic buying just now. People that go begin run, then other thing will happen. Waiting on me advice why they give people them today in a SALONE, we they talk about people their mental health. But we get lots of people them in a SALONE back when we aged people them, then they in the 70s, 80s, we get underlying problems there. Some get hypertension, some get diabetes, some then we don't get amputation. We get one or two people that were abroad and been there, then they on very important medications, maybe for kidney disease, maybe for heart. Some they get pacemakers. If any of you people in a SALONE, then in that category they. Even the high blood pressure, now this country, they not put them as an underlying problem. But SALONE, if you measure people their blood pressure, it always they high. The systolic always high. So what see we they try for say, we wait then I also we get parents in a SALONE. we dey pray let this sick not meet them. But if you get anybody in a salon where you know say get underlying problem, make sure say you buy in medicine and plenty, keep an house. Let it get in medicine, because if you dey na house, you don't buy in one bag rest, you don't buy in pamine, you make sure say the medicine where they take back, it gets and they plenty, then that person they okay. Because yeah, then get pharmaceutical, then get pharmacy services where maybe a phone call they go can deliver you medicine to you, but will not get standing. So the one thing where we dey beg for salon, where we not getting services, then they anybody will know say you get medicine where they take on daily basis. Make sure say you get them medicine and they enough. People in this salon where get asthma, where they monitor them, make sure say you get your asthma medicine in our house. Because anybody will get anything for do with in lung. Now one of the people that are they were vulnerable to this sick here, because we can now you breathing, you trachea, you airway, you lungs. Now they suffer with this thing, this COVID-19. So let people then beware. And the small instructions where they give you, they say wash your hand 20 seconds. You they wash your hand with soap. Then where you want cough, where you want sneeze, no sneeze at your hand, except if you get tissue. And as soon as you sneeze inside that tissue there, you cough inside that tissue there, make sure you throw away. Or you do your elbow, so you cough inside there. Because when you cough inside there, napa you close. If you get the virus, napa you close, it go left. But if you cough now your hand, any side where you go all, you don't left hand, the way other person can hold am. If you not get tissue, because I don't see people in a salon, then they sweat profusely. That's what then they make. Then throw away the sweat. They not go get tissue, they not go get handkerchief. PC7 and they get for whip their sweat. So when they sneeze, now they hand and they sneeze. Do ya? And if you dey salon right now, I don't say as person cough, you run say, look, I don't get the virus. If person cough near you too much, just say, but this cough, it don't monitor you. Go hospital back. Let them see. We now get the treatment self naya, the test. Even naya, UK, even America, the test, not to all man then they test. But if you see your neighbor, they cough, somebody the way they cough, tell her let go hospital, or you come on near around. No begin holla say get the virus, so something now come on cold again. Because even now, naya, the weather is so bad that people then they will still get flu. Then they go hospital with the same symptoms, then they cough, then body all they hurt them, they get cold and they get fever. But then you're not gonna reach this one. So do ya where you they cough inside tissue, cough inside your elbow, to use tissue, go hospital if anything do you where you not understand. Do ya? And we were there, let we follow them guidelines here. Salon we they say not reach there yet, but if you reach there, this kind of information what would they give? It they out there. Social media they play a very good role. Although sometimes it can be negative, but pick the negative, you put on one side, you follow the one way you think say make too much sense. Do you and a beg with a beg? On that note, I don't know if we get any more comments, or we able for welcome the one them. At the same time, we want for the begin for say goodbye, because we don't do this, and we hope say we don't talk with people in our salon self, we don't listen, go able for take this on board and take care of themselves. Because salon self, I tell you, then they on this tiggy. Because even this evening before I can present, my nephew called me, Razak Kemo. He said that they even go burnt for go raise awareness of this COVID-19. Go tell people that say this thing is real, and teach them waiting them for do the Bond family. They arrange this. And we know say all the other place them get people the way they get the same kind of hearts for go na the interior, for go na the village them, for go na the towns them, for go educate with people them. I think if we start for do this, the people that will come up Kabbalah, then put something together, then go raise awareness na Kabbalah. The one that will come on Makeni, then go do the same. The one that will come on Kono, then go do the same. The one that will come on Moyamba, then go do the same. Bo Kenima, then go do the same. Like when them burn people, then they grab now, then they go burn for go raise the COVID-19 awareness. Let them teach the people there how they for take care of themselves and not get this. If we all mobilize, we do this na Mama Salone, I think say we people then go benefit a great deal. On that note, if we not get anybody we call, if we not get anybody we get any more comments for we want for left and day for tonight. Una can always say we message. I said to Daisy Calon, how are you? Do you think healthcare workers who have comorbidities must stay home than go to work and at greater risk of exposure? Treating a COVID-19 costs $30,000 and up. Any healthcare professional when no say he gets an underlying problem, so say he get kidney disease, so say he get heart disease, because also because we are nurses, we self not get with your physical health problems or even mental health. We when they work in mental health, we co-workers the way they self na patients them. But then they don't teach them how to do the coping strategy, then they on the medication, then they function very well. So if you know say you get any comorbidities for any kind of thing, your immune system compromised, I think say you for stay away. You for stay away. Today we are about a healthcare professional we don't dey in the job for so long, and he work na a nursing home. He get chronic asthma. He don't die because he exposed himself. Today na somebody tell we hold in a job. So if you know say your own immune system compromised, not put yourself on the line. Stay away, because you got to take care of number one first. When are you? If you're not sick, if you're sick, you're not able to take care of other person. So you got to take care of number one. When are you? Before you do take care of anybody, you got to take care of yourself. So as a healthcare professional, you get to do that. And other people have to stay at home so we can help by not spreading the virus to one another. Not true. If you know say you get the sickle, you not get the sickle. If you not get anything pressing way they do, go then na you host. Now I then they say, stay safe, stay at home. Do ya? And for the comorbidities, the people that were na healthcare professionals being to self one for throw a little light on that. Not so?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a very good question, because them get healthcare professionals that will get underlying health conditions them where it depends on the organization where they work for. They really take a note of them group of people there, where they really value their health and their well-being. So if you get a concern, then they encourage you to voice your concern where you get and communicate with your occupational health. They will either move you to a location where na low risk, or maybe find alternative way for let you go work. But there is a provision there for people that will get on the line where they not get for. If they not say you there high risk, they're not go send in at the critical side or at the high risk side. So if you get any worries, any fear, you go communicate down there with your manager or your occupational health, then go find a more suitable alternative place for you for work.
Yeah, even the nurses them back will get enduring mental health problems themselves because of the nature of this, the anxiety, the fear of this COVID-19. Themselves, the employers they're supposed to put systems in place for them. There's frameworks where they don't put. The duty of UK employers or any employers in the whole world now for ensure say the health and safety of the employees in the workplace. Now then the first thing they do, because if you're not well, you're not going to take care of other person. So the employees them, they and the employers them, they for make sure say their workforce will get any problem be taken care of. Because now then are the frontline people them they're not able for go take care of person where they're not able to take care of themselves. So now that's on that note. If we not get any more comments, I want for make we call them a night. And as I mean, they say, if anybody get anything for we, go to Voice of Salone Network, send you questions them. We boss them, go send them to we not to doctors. We can just want for can talk to we people them because we they talk the Creole. If we now we see talk on a Mende, we go talk on a Timni, follow people then here. But this show ya mainly now for we Salone people there, not only for Sierra Leone, for we Salone people there all over. The way we they raise diabetes awareness, where we did at this country self, we get beaucoup Sierra Leoneans then, we aged people them, where they suffer from all them kind disease then they. When they go hospital, then go give them beaucoup leaflets, where they can then picking away then they with the workload, then busy. They're not able for sit down self for say, Mama, they said I don't change your medicine, no, now this I don't put you on now. Or you got to go for blood tests, so they're not able for do anything. But when we they come on this program, we they tell and say, now so where you go, then give you medicine, ask them waiting at the side effects of this medicine. As they say, try now one medicine they get, why make they get two now? We educate them for all that thing and they because the GP not get chance for tell you say where they take metformin, now this they do for you, or where you take glycoside, now this they do for you, or where you take ibuprofen for this. So then just they give them. Pack boku medicine, they don't even know uswana. They go ask you about this are for waiting, this are for waiting because it's so much. So now make they do this. We get with people that way old, where they age, then they all over the world, and then they really Creole because this program a program where all over the world people that they listen to. So they talk half for we where they in the diaspora, we people them, and the rest for people in a salon. We tell you thank you this evening. That then can join we. And we hope for see you back next week. Una send una comments then to VOS TV. We boss them go send that to we like I say. You get any contribution from me, feel free for do that, and we will continue for camp for teach with people them about disease and where they suffer from, the signs and symptoms, and how they will be able to take care of themselves. So I tell una goodbye. Una not forget for wash your hand. Una not forget for use tissue for sneeze and cough. For sneeze and cough inside your elbow, and if you see somebody they cough, they sneeze too much, move away from them. If the government put laws say self-isolate or una dey na house as a family, una not come out, una adhere to them law, and they una be law-abiding citizens for lady sick care so no spread, especially in a mama salon where we not get medicine. Do ya and a bake with a bake. On that note, I say tata. And being to self will say yon tata.
Okay, we'll see you now again. Well, thank you. See you now soon.
Why do a website when you can create an app for your business for free? Yes, with TAV App Maker, you can make an app as easy as pie. It only takes a few minutes. Simply choose a design template you like, add the features you want, and once you are happy with the results, publish it to Google Play and Apple Store. So your clients can download your app. Go to tavappmaker.com and create your free app today.
Cotton Tree Pharmacy is your new trusted provider of pharmacy services in Sierra Leone. You can count on Cotton Tree Pharmacy for genuine quality brand name and generic medicines. Guaranteed refills for prescriptions issued by doctors in Sierra Leone or abroad. Door-to-door medication delivery service in Freetown and beyond. Free health education. Have you heard about our Diaspora Medicine Connect? With Cotton Tree Pharmacy's Diaspora Medicine Connect, anyone can pay for your prescription online. Bring your prescription to 17 Pademba Road. Collect an invoice. Send your invoice to your sponsor in the diaspora. Your sponsor pays for your prescription online. We deliver your medication to you. For quality prescription and medications, visit Cotton Tree Pharmacy at 17 Pademba Road in Freetown. Have questions? Call our pharmacist on WhatsApp at 030-611-664 or visit our website at www.cottontreemedicalgroup.com. Come to Cotton Tree Pharmacy. We are ready to fill your next prescription.
So that we go live